Good afternoon, everyone. It is May 17th, 2022, and it is 5:16 p.m. My name is Odlat Radila, and I will be presiding over this afternoon meeting. And we're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and Invocation by Patricia Levasseur.
Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Lord God, Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for allowing us to see this beautiful, blessed day. I want to thank you for all the amazing things you've done. I want to ask you to look over Alyssa Lucien and all the council members who are here and present. I ask that you bless this meeting, guide this meeting, and give the students here today, our council members, an opportunity to give them guidance so that they can come through this meeting and guide us and create rules and appointments that will enrich the lives of the students in our city. I pray, amen.
And now can we please do roll call?
Okay, Justin Charmet, District 2, Youth Council Member, absent. Cindy Jean Paul, Youth Council Member at Large.
Present.
Odalet Radila, Mayor.
Present.
Jimena Samoana.
Present.
Angelo Nathan Flormy.
Present.
As of 5:19, we have 4 council members present.
And now we'll go on to special presentations.
Hi, guys. Hi, Mayor and Council. Yama Payer, Chief of Staff. Wanted to see if you all would work with Patricia and possibly volunteer on June 16th. In celebration of the Juneteenth holiday, the city is going to put together a voter registration drive as well as a Black Business Expo. I would like the North Miami Youth Council to actually have a table and probably solicit some young people to be on the North Miami Youth Council. I always feel the best person to speak to that is somebody who's actually done the work. Maybe an hour or two to be out there to see if any North Miami residents who are interested in being on next year's youth council would sign up and would hear from you what's involved and what it entails and what your experience is. If you feel that you could participate, the tentative time for the event will be from noon to 4. And like I say, an hour or two of your time if we have 2 people, and maybe an hour each manning the table. If you're about to become of age and 18 and have not registered to vote, please also take that opportunity to vote or to register to vote on that day. Give your name to Patricia if you're interested so we know if we could set up a table for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I also ask where it will be?
Oh, yes, of course, on Mocha Plaza. So it'll be right here, basically. And the plan is for it to be outdoors.
Thank you so much.
Okay, as far as the consent agenda, unless a member of the Youth Council wishes to remove a specific item from the portion of the agenda, tab A constitutes the consent agenda. This item is self-explanatory and is not expected to require additional review or discussion. This item will be recorded as individually numbered, adopted unanimously by the following motion: that the consent agenda comprised of tab A be adopted.
I motion to adopt the agenda.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so consent agenda, tab A, accepted by mayor and seconded by, District 3 Youth Council member Angelo Nathan. How do you all vote?
I vote yes.
Okay, voted
I
yes.
second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes with the 4-0 vote. Okay. Tab B. Discussion item regarding Youth Council Clerk Alyssa Lucian, sponsored by Youth Council Liaison Patricia Levisser.
Hello, you council. Last week, I learned about Alyssa, who's our youth council clerk, and the condition that she had been in. The week prior to last week, she was involved in a drowning incident, which, per my understanding and talking to her family and talking to doctors, she was in the water for at least 17 minutes. They were able to remove her from the water, and when they removed her from the water, they were able to revive her. Her heartbeat was faint, but they did take her to the hospital, and they ran some tests on her. They checked for certain things. One of the things they checked for was brain activity. Unfortunately, there was none. They placed her on life support, and from what I understand, the machines were breathing for her, they were feeding her, and they were keeping her heartbeat. I visited her at the hospital on Wednesday. I spoke to the doctors, I spoke with her mom, I prayed with Alyssa, I spoke to Alyssa, and we were hoping beyond hope that Alyssa would be able to overcome this. I'm still hoping that Alyssa would be able to overcome this. However, the reality of where I am right now is, per my latest update from the family, Alyssa will be removed from the machines. Today I wanted to invite some professionals to share with you some information regarding places and people you could reach out to talk to if there's any questions you may have, if you want to process what is happening to Alyssa. So at this time, I want to invite them both up, please, and Manu as well, so that they can have a conversation and probably share with you some information that you can share, so that everybody that's watching us, everybody that's here right now, so that you don't have to, you can have someone that's going to answer the questions that you don't have the answers to, or at least guide you to where you can get the answers to those questions, okay?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Manuela Freeman, 822 Northeast 125th Street. I am a master in psychology. I have today with me, but fortunately, my two boss. One, Dr. Sam. He's a PhD in psychology. I have Miss Sissy. We call her Miss Sissy. She's a Miss Cecil. She's a licensed social worker. They both are professionals working, and one work at Borinquen and one work at Jackson Memorial Hospital. So they're gonna be there to answer all your questions and to guide you and how to cope with the situation that's happening right now. Thank you.
So good evening. Good evening. My name is Cecil Dormius, better known as Miss Cece. As Manu has said, I am a licensed clinical social worker. I've been in the field for about 20 years, and I'm understanding that, you know, you're kind of faced with some difficult news today, and I want to offer you the opportunity to be able to talk to somebody. A lot of times when you are faced with difficult news like that, it may feel like you're alone. No one really understands what you're going through and how you're feeling, and that's why we as professionals are here to just offer you a listening ear. I want each and every one of you to take a moment and just really understand what you're feeling, how the news is actually affecting you, and it's okay. Whatever the feeling, emotion that's coming up for you, if it's anger, if it's sadness, allow yourself to feel it. It is normal. And I want you to kind of use this time to remember your council member, and remember the memories that you shared with her, the things that you were able to do together, the moments that you shared together, and let that be your memories. Let that be how you find comfort in knowing that you were able to be with each other in some of the important times, important moments of your lives. And think about how you can keep her memory alive, her name alive. Death is always a hard thing to deal with. It's never easy, but you have to just take a moment to really just assess yourself, understand what is happening for you when you're hearing it, what the emotions are you're feeling, and don't be afraid to talk to anyone. We as professionals are here, and if you feel like you don't want to speak to a professional, but at least speak to someone, talk to someone. Don't hold it in, because it can bubble over, and that's what we don't want to happen today. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
No, but thank you so much.
Good evening. There's not much to add. That Cecile explained everything so well. My name is Sam. I'm from Borinquen Medical Centers. I'm a psychologist that works with trauma. But the bottom line is this: when you go home and tell your mother, your father, that one of your fellow council members, Elisa, passed away, odds are they're going to give you a big hug. And it's not because they knew her and missed her, but because they imagine what it might be to happen to you. You see, you share a lot with her. You guys are all intelligent, young, future leaders. And as Elisa passed away, there's something within you also that'll be missing. I want you guys to recognize that. As she offered her services, I offer mine just as well. Okay? You all will have my card, and you'll have the information at Borinquen Medical Centers. If there's a group that's interested in some kind of bereavement counseling, I'll come out. You set the place, and I'll come out for that. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is there any questions that you guys wanted to ask, or anything that you're not understanding that you want clarified? You're okay? Okay. Yes, please.
Just looking at your faces and knowing I have adolescents at home myself, or young adults around me at home, just want you to know one of the reasons why we chose this forum to share this information with you is May's Mental Health Awareness Month. And we realize that young people all over the city, all over the world, go through a lot. And we really want to normalize these conversations. Things are not going to always be easy in life. It's important for us to have a support system around us. It is important for us to know that there are professionals that are out here who are willing to listen, lend you that ear when you think maybe, you know, the adults in your life don't understand, or your friends don't understand, or your boyfriend doesn't understand, or your girlfriend doesn't understand. So I hope you all realize that even if you're, you know, there's nothing for you to add now, that you take the words that were said by all these professionals, you take their information, reach out to Patricia, should you need it. A lot of times when you hear something and it's shocking, you might think about it later on, and that's okay as well. But we want to normalize the fact that there are things happening to us every day, and there are hard things. But we also want to normalize the fact that we are here to help you and support you in any way that we can.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I agree. These discussions are very important to have. Pointing out that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, it also just helps to have others speak about situations like this. And I think it was a great idea to have the doctors and psychologists come. It not only helps us, but it helps others, viewers watching, future leaders, current leaders, to try to cope with situations like this and realize that it is okay to talk about that.
Okay. As we move forward, tab C, continued discussion item regarding the possibility of hosting an end of school year bash at Deezerland Park. Sponsored by Youth Council Liaison Patricia Levasseur.
This item is on here because I think we need to discuss how we want to move forward. I think in light of Alyssa's situation, that you guys should voice your opinion on whether or not we should continue, how we want to continue, if we want to continue. And it's okay if you don't want to continue, okay? I just want to hear I need directives from you guys to tell me how to proceed.
I think we should still proceed with it. I think Alyssa was such a joyful and contagious person, and we can even celebrate her life there at the end of your bash, if anything. I think celebrating her through activities like that, where we just get together and enjoy each other's presence, is something really special, and I think we should still host it, just in lieu of her.
I agree. In light of the situation, I think it'd be more important that we continue to host the bash to present that, even in light of difficult situations, even in light of struggles, there's still hope. There's still places of which you can be happy and celebrate life, celebrate achieving something, and to continue would be the better idea than to let it go.
Yeah, I think the consensus is just to continue the plan for the end of year bash, if it's possible.
It's not lost on me that our last meeting, Alyssa was part of the planning, and she made a lot of the suggestions from the last meeting. I will do as you say, and I will find a way to incorporate her into it. I just wanted to take a moment to share memories of Alyssa, and bring up something. The purpose of this was for recruitment. And during our last meeting, one of the suggestions that Alyssa wanted to do was go into the schools and talk and recruit students to be a part of the youth council, because she was so happy with this youth council and the opportunities. 2 days after that meeting, Alyssa came to me, Miss Patricia, I spoke to someone at Miami Union Academy, and they said we can come in and talk and recruit students. I know that she loved this youth council because one of her biggest regrets was not being able to be here every meeting. But when she was here, she was so happy to be here. As a matter of fact, she was mad because she wasn't a council member, because she wanted to vote and talk and stuff like that. So whenever we would have discussion items, she was happy to partake in that. She had a lot of dreams. We talked about this earlier. Going to college, going into the military. She had plans, and I'm sure she would want to see this grow. So please don't feel bad about wanting to go on, because I don't think it's a bad thing, in doing it in her spirit, knowing her as we all knew her. We know that she would be like, you stupid if you don't do this. So I'll do my best to make sure that she's a part of it, even in spirit.
I remember one of the previous meetings, we were talking to her and she was standing right here, and I think I said something like, I'm just like scared to go to college or something, and she was like, no, I'm ready to move out. I'm so excited for college and everything, and like I still remember that to this day. That was just one of my most vivid memories of her. She was so excited to go on and pursue her dreams. So
Yeah, I think the memories with her are important. I remember one time, like, it's moments like these where you realize that they're not just members, they're friends. One time after a meeting, she was waiting for her ride back home, and me and her, as we were waiting, we walked to the Taco Bell down the street.
I remember, yes.
Yes. And it was just so much fun hearing about people's goals and their dreams in life, and that helps you realize that in the council, I think this would be relative to most of us, you don't just have acquaintances, you don't just have associates. In a workplace, you don't just have people you work with, you grow relationships, you grow friends, and you grow comrades. And that's very important in situations like this, to remember that they weren't just there as an associate, they were there as a friend, and it helps to continue to live on.
Okay.
Youth council reports?
I'll go first. I just wanted to share some information for Alyssa's funeral. It was given to me by Marlene Newton through Patricia. And the funeral is going to be next week on Tuesday the 23rd. And the time hasn't been announced yet, but it will be. And if you have any questions, you can call Marlene at 954-246-9493. Sorry, I got the information wrong, but the address, am I allowed to read that? Okay, Patricia will read it out loud.
If anyone wants to take part of this and would like to attend, they can call me, 786-385-2576. Any information I have, I will share. This will also be posted on all of the Youth Council's social media. The social media is North Miami Youth Council on all handles, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But again, if you would like to have more information, you can call me. Again, it's 786-385-2576.
Thank you. That's it for my report.
I just wanted to point something out that I just wanted to say. Tomorrow, Wednesday, May 18th, is Haitian Flag Day. Woo. And so, for people celebrating, happy Haitian Flag Day. And I am not sure, but I believe many people will be graduating in between the time of this council meeting and the next. So to all those future graduates and some current graduates, congratulations, hats off. You made it. You've done what you've needed to do. You've pushed on, and I believe that you will continue to push on. Life is a series of learning and learning how to learn, and well done.
Yeah, I forgot to say congratulations to the graduates and to all the students who are ending school soon. And again, just please remember to keep Alyssa and her entire family and friends in your prayers. We have no further reports.
Okay. The next portion of the meeting is the Youth Clerks report. Sadly, Alyssa couldn't be here. I just wanted to say you guys did say some really good things. I understand when something like this happens, it takes a little bit of time for you to comprehend completely the loss. So when you do have that moment where you reflect on what has happened, make sure you remember some of the things like Angelo mentioned, the memories you do have with Alyssa, the good words she spoke to you, and then you adhere that to the way you're gonna live your life, okay? Making sure you accomplish what you said you wanna accomplish. Make sure you're thankful for the things you are accomplishing or you set out for, and then there are other people that haven't had the chance to do that, okay? So, as we move on, adjournment, Madam Mayor.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
And with that, the motion is approved, and the meeting has been adjourned at 5:45 p.m. on May 22nd. Thank you.